Good morning student. Class 9th. Chapter number 2 is matter around us pure. Student, in last video we have discussed the separation of the component of a mixture and we have discussed the many separation technique. We have discussed in last video, yes student, evaporation, chromatography, centrifugation and sublimation. So now student, we will discuss in this video the next. We will discuss today. There are the other process like sieving, hand picking, also distillation. So if we talk about student, you know that a mixture consists of a two or more substances mixed together in any proportion. These substances are called components which retain their individual identities in the mixture. No new or different substances produced as a result of mixing, though the mixture may look different in texture and appearance. So students, since the components retain their individual identities, it is possible to separate them by employing various methods, and we have discussed many methods in the last video. So we will discuss now some of these methods. So student, we have discussed evaporation, sublimation, centrifugation, chromatography also. So in this video we will discuss the sieving, filtration, decantation. Yes student. Okay, let us start. First method is sieving. Student, in some cases bigger components of a mixture can be easily separated by use of a sieve. What do you mean by the sieve? You know what is a sieve? Yes student, it is a mechanical device in which a mesh is attached to a frame. It is in which a mesh, you can see in your at home, so in which a mesh is attached to a frame, and when the mixture is placed on the mesh, what will happen? And shaken or stirred. You can do with wheat flour, and you add some mixture in the is placed on the mesh and shaken or stirred, and particles smaller than the holes of the mesh pass through the larger ones, stay on the mesh, and gram can be separated from the wheat by this method. This is a very common method. You can see this method at home. Understand? So in some cases bigger components of a mixture can be easily separated by the use of sieve. You add some mixture on the mesh and shake or stir. What will happen? The particles smaller than the holes of the mesh pass through, but the larger one stay on the mesh, and gram can be separated from the wheat by this method. So I hope you understand this method of sieve. Now if we talk about the hand picking, simply process is the hand picking, and bigger and visible component of mixture can be separated by the hand picking by using forceps also, and using by piece of the stone may be separated from the rice by the hand picking. You can try this method at home and pick up some stone and other dust particle by the hand from the rice also and any other pulses also. This is a very common method student. Okay, I hope you understand. Now student, we will discuss the filtration. So student, the filtration, sometimes the process of sedimentation followed by the decantation fails to separate by the minute solid particles from the mixture. Understand? In such cases complete separation is done by filtration. And student, filtration is used in laboratories to separate a liquid from a solid. What will happen? So this filtration is used to separate the heterogeneous mixture composed of solid and liquid. Uses a porous barrier to separate the solid from liquid. Understand? So liquid is allowed to pass through a filter paper, and a circular filter paper is folded into a semicircle. You can see this this process. Filtration is can be used to separate an insoluble substances from a soluble substances. Where is it used? Filtration. Filtration can be used to separate an insoluble substances from a soluble substances. So student, in this method a circular filter paper is folded into a semicircle and then into a quarter circle. This gives a conical shape to the filter paper, and the filter paper is then fitted into a conical funnel, and the apparatus is set up. You can see this picture. You can prepare one conical shape. You can say take a circular filter paper, is folded into a semicircle. First you then semicircle, then quarter circle. So you can try this. What I am saying, first take the circular filter paper, understand, then fold it into semicircle and then into a quarter circle. So it gives a conical shape to the filter paper, and this filter paper is fitted into a conical funnel, and the apparatus is ready. So the mixture is poured into the funnel slowly by the side of a glass rod. The liquid passes through the fine pore of the filter paper and is collected in a beaker, while the solid particles are blocked and collected on the filter paper. The filter liquid is called the filtrate, and the solid particles collected on the filter paper are called residue. So from a mixture of sand, water can be separated by this method. You can see the same adsorption devices containing activated charcoal and ion exchange resin also. So you can this is a very simple method, and it can be used to separate an insoluble substances from a soluble substances. So I hope you understand this method, filtration. So student, now we will discuss the next method. Next separation method is distillation. So student, in distillation, a liquid is heated to boiling. Understand? Boiling, and the vapors produced are condensed to get back the solid. What will we do? In the distillation process, heating a liquid. When we heat the liquid, it boils and form vapors, and then cooling the vapor to get back the liquid. You can see this. And student, you can see the liquid first heat and it change into vapors, and then cooling, on heating this liquid change into vapors, and on cooling this vapors directly change into a liquid state. So the liquid obtained by condensing the vapor is called distillate. What do you mean by the distillate? The liquid obtained by condensing the vapors is called distillate, and the process in which the components of a substance or liquid mixture are separated by heating it to certain temperature and condensing the resulting vapors. Understand? So how can separate the mixture by distillation? So you can see this picture. So if you want to separate alcohol and water from their solution, so how can you find out? How can you separate? Understand? So the process of distillation can be used to separate the liquid from solid liquid mixture, whether the mixture is homogeneous mixture or heterogeneous mixture. So you can also this method use in various separation technique. So we will discuss the activity to separate the alcohol and water from their solution. So what will we do? Take a solution in a distillation flask and fit it with a fractional column. Fit it with a thermometer. Now you can see this picture. Arrange it like the done in the picture. Heat the mixture slowly, keeping a close watch at the thermometer reading. Now what will happen? When we heat the mixture, the alcohol evaporates. Alcohol evaporate, and there is a condenser. So condense in it goes into the condenser, and it condensed and can be collected from the condenser outlet. There is a Libby condenser. This is also distillation process in your NCERT book. You should be open when I am explaining these activities. So you should be open the book. Understand? So what will happen? The alcohol evaporate, condense in the condenser, and can be collected from the condenser outlet. Now water is left behind the distillation flask. So in this way you can separate the alcohol and water are separated. First we heat the mixture of the alcohol and water. Alcohol converted into vapors and goes into the condenser. There is condense and again change into liquid, and this alcohol then collect in a condenser outlet, and water is left behind the distillation flask, and so in this way we can separate the alcohol and water in the process of distillation. So I hope you understand this process also. Separation of mixture by distillation, you can separate the alcohol and water from their solution, and also separate the liquid from a solid liquid mixture, whether the mixture is homogeneous, common salt dissolved in water, heterogeneous mixture also. So you can use this method in various way, and you can also be used to separate two miscible liquids whose boiling point differ at least 25 degrees Celsius. Now you tell me, you send me the boiling point of the water and alcohol. Understand? This method is commonly used in miscible liquid whose boiling point differ at least by 25 degrees Celsius. So I hope you understand separation of mixture by distillation. Now student, we will discuss the fractional distillation. So student, this method is used to separate the components of a mixture of two or more miscible liquid whose boiling point differ by 25 degrees Celsius or less. For example, methyl alcohol. What is the boiling point of methyl alcohol? 65 degrees Celsius, and can be separated by the acetone by this method. Okay student. So principle. What is the principle behind this? If the difference in boiling point of liquid is not much, simple distillation can be used. In fractional distillation, vapors of the liquid with lower boiling point condense first, and the vapors rising up become richer in more volatile components and can be separated from less volatiles. So this method is used to separate the components of a mixture of two or more miscible liquids whose boiling points differ from 25 degrees Celsius or more. Example, methyl alcohol. What is the temperature of the, what is the boiling point of the methyl alcohol? 65 degrees Celsius, and can be separated from the acetone 56 degrees Celsius. So you can see this diagram fractional. So what will we do? A mixture is heated in a round bottom flask. You can see round bottom flask over a sand bath. The flask is attached to a fractioning column. This is a fractioning column. The fractioning column has traveler traps to allow the higher boiling liquid to condense, and the vapor of the lower boiling liquid goes into the condenser where it is condensed, and liquid thus obtains is then collected in the receiver. And the temperature. And now you tell me boiling point. If we talk about the which liquid has the high boiling liquid? Yes student, methyl alcohol, and acetone is boiling point 56 degrees Celsius. So student, methyl alcohol higher boiling point है, so it is condensed, and boiling point lower boiling point is acetone, goes into the condenser where it is condensed, and liquid thus obtained is then collected in the receiver. The temperature remains fixed at the boiling point of the lower boiling liquid. Understand? And when this more volatile liquid is completely distilled, the temperature rises to the boiling point of the next higher boiling liquid. So I hope you understand. This method is adopted to separate the various components of petroleum. Understand? So I hope you understand this fractional distillation. So fractional distillation is used for the two or more miscible liquids are separated. Understand? Is to separate the components of a mixture of two or more miscible liquid and whose boiling point differ from 25 degrees Celsius or less. Okay student. Now student, we will discuss the crystallization. So student, we have discussed in last video also crystallization. So what do you mean by the crystallization? Student, crystallization, you can use this method in the, we can say that the how can you obtain the pure copper sulfate from an impure copper sulfate. So what do you mean by the crystal? So student, the substances when present in well defined geometrical shape are called crystal, and these are formed when a hot saturated solution of a salt allowed to cool slowly and undisturbed. So in this process, student, crystallization is a process that separate a pure solid in the form of its crystal from a solution. Separate a pure solid in the form of crystal. And student, this crystallization is better technique than the simple evaporation. So student, separation technique that result in the formation of pure particles from a solution containing the dissolved substances. And as one substance evaporate and the dissolved substance come out of the solution and collect as a crystal and produce highly pure solid. So student, if you want to crystal of the copper sulfate, how can you obtain the pure copper sulfate from an impure sample? So what will we do? So take some approximately 5 gram impure sample of copper sulfate in a china dish and a beaker, and dissolve it in a minimum amount of water and filter the impurities out. So what will we do? Evaporate water from the copper sulfate solution so as to get the saturated solution. Now cover this solution with filter paper and leave it undisturbed at a room temperature to cool slowly for a day. Now you will obtain the crystal of copper sulfate in china dish. This process is called the crystallization. Listen what I am saying. Take some impure sample of copper sulfate in china dish. What will we do now? And dissolve it in minimum amount of water. Understand? Then filter this copper sulfate solution so impurities out. So evaporate water from the copper sulfate solution so as to get a saturated. When the water is evaporate, so you get a saturated solution of copper sulfate. Now what will we do? This saturated copper sulfate solution cover with a filter paper and leave it undisturbed at a room temperature to cool slowly for a day. Understand? So you will obtain the crystal of copper sulfate in the china dish. Understand? So in this way you can find the crystal of the copper sulfate. So I hope you understand. Now student, we will discuss the decantation. Decantation is a very important process, student. Sedimentation and decantation. So student, decantating is done to separate the particulates from a liquid by allowing the liquid to settle to the bottom of the mixture. So first of all, you know what is the sedimentation and decantation. Then you will know. So student, sedimentation. If a mixture of liquid and insoluble solid is allowed to stand still for some time. So listen carefully. Take some beaker. So in beaker you will take a mixture of liquid and insoluble solid is to allowed to stand still for some time. So you will see after some time the solid particles settle down at the bottom. Understand? This process is known as sedimentation, and the solid which settles down at the bottom is called sediments. Understand? What will we do? Take a mixture of liquid and insoluble solid and add in a beaker. What will happen? For some time the solid particles settle down at the bottom, and this process is called sedimentation. And the solid which settles down at the bottom is called sediments. So student, dirt particles present in muddy water can be separated by sedimentation. Now what will we do? After the dirt particles settle down at the bottom and water is poured into the another container. Understand what I am saying? Water is poured into the another container, and so this process of separating liquid from the sediment by carefully pouring it into the another container is called decantation. Understand? So from a mixture of two immiscible liquid and such as mixture of oil and water, and the components can be separated by decantation. So I hope you understand decantation and sedimentation. So sedimentation and decantation is process is done in the liquid and insoluble solid. Then after some impurities are there, when you remove the upper layer of the water from this beaker. So some impurities are there, so you remove this impurity with the help of the filter paper. So student, I hope you understand. We have discussed so many activities related to the separation technique also, process also, application also. So you should read this all activities related to the separation technique. Because today we have discussed the decantation, crystallization, how can you prepare the crystal of copper sulfate also, and fractional distillation also, 2 or more miscible liquid, and this fractional distillation used in the petroleum. And we have discussed the distillation also. Understand? Alcohol and water. Alcohol is a very volatile material. And we have also discussed distillation. How can you separate the process? How can you separate the substances by the distillation and filtration also? So I hope you understand, student. Read all the chapter very carefully. In next video we will discuss the next chapter. Okay students, bye.